Hey guys, what's up? Hey everyone, it's your girl, Ordinary BDO7. Again, I'm an ordinary person made beautiful from within by my creator and the number 7 because it's God's number. So welcome again to my channel. Let's go ahead and get into this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but what happened is I just keep getting busy and then keep putting it off and putting it off. But as usual, Daddy God comes in and he's like, you need to go ahead and do this. So what I've decided to do is start filming videos ahead of time, so I already have the content and you guys get one to who knows how many videos a week, because I always have them in the queue ready to go. So this particular story starts off, it was probably about 3 months ago. So I left out of my studio. I went over to the convenience store that was next door. And when I was walking in, what I noticed is there was a guy who was in a van already, and it was already parked there when I came out. So it's not like he knew I was coming into the convenience store. So when I walked in, I did notice that he was in a truck, but I just continued to go ahead and go in because I was just trying to find some snacks. Now the thing was, typically people play bingo. There's like some machines or whatever. People get on, they go in there and they're playing games. So typically there's people in there doing that. Or there's people buying lottery tickets. There's a line for pretty much everything that's going on in different lines. So it's easy to spot out what everybody's doing. So when I went in, I wasn't really sure, was I going to have popcorn today? Did I really want chips? Maybe I wanted some type of peanut butter cracker. But because I couldn't make up my mind, what made me realize that the guy had came out of the van and he was, or truck, whichever it was, he was now in the store. And he was kind of perusing just like I was. So I didn't think too much of it. I went over and I'm kind of like at where the beverages are, trying to figure out what I really wanted. Fast forward, I've walked around for about 3-4 minutes, like very slow, 3 to 4 minutes. And he's still there, but he keeps kind of walking back and forth the aisles, just kind of like not picking up anything, not really looking at anything either. By this time, I'm realizing that no one else is in the store but myself, him, and the 2 people that work behind the counter. And there's usually 2 people there anyway. So I thought that was a little different that day because typically there's a lot of people in the store. So because of that, it made me realize that he was there and still not picking up anything. So it was almost like he was working with my pace, but not doing anything, not picking up anything, just not anything particular he was doing. Well, anyway, when I got to the front, it took me a while to check out because I was still like smelling some oils. I like to spray these certain type of oils they have in the studio. So I was trying to find a certain particular scent they had, and they have about 7 different scents. So I'm going through those. As I'm getting ready to walk out now, I'm done paying. The guy is standing by the door. So there's 2 entrances that you can come in. It was the side door that I was getting ready to go back out, which was where his van was. So I'm coming out. He's standing like just over here doing nothing. As I start to make a beeline to the door, he comes right, like literally behind me. Like when I say he came behind me, he was on top of me. So almost like how it looks like if a tiger is going to pounce on something, he got that close. And he was on top of me. Literally, I could feel him on top of me as I was walking out. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's going to try something. And whatever it is, he's going to do it fast. And I'm getting ready to fight. I just knew it. It was no doubt about it. I'm getting ready to fight. I'm getting ready to scream. And I'm surely going to be screaming the blood of Jesus. That's for sure. However, when I walked out and he was so close that in the glass of the door, I could see him behind me. But when I opened the door, all of a sudden I saw somebody behind him. And literally this person was on top of him too. And I was like, that can't be, because there was nobody in the store the whole time except for myself, him, and the 2 people working behind the back of the counter. So where'd this guy come from? And the guy was taller than he was, and he was on top of him. So when I walked out, I had to like, okay, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? So I like turn and I see as I'm walking out and I open the door, he's behind me. The other guy's like right on top of him. Where did he come from? How did that happen? I was like, okay, God, I see what you did. I see what you did. But he couldn't do anything because the guy was on top of him. Okay, so I was jetting. Okay, I got back. I got to the studio. I opened the door. I was like, what? And you hear the stories all the time about ladies that have walked outside of their car. Walked outside to their car and people walked up to them. I've heard about 3 different stories already, like of that happening to females, and it hitting very close to home that this is something that does happen. We can no longer take just the freedom of being outside and like our car being close to the door. That makes no difference anymore, whether or not it seems as though it's safe because of the time of day. All that, we have to be on alert. I thought I was okay because I was going into the convenience store like right next to the studio, not realizing that there was a person that was ready to do something. You never know what's on someone's mind. Us as females, we're kind of just trying to do what we're doing. A lot of times we're just talking on the phone, having a great conversation. We're just not really paying attention. And things like this can happen, especially here in Georgia, because it is one of the highest rates of human trafficking. So it's unreal that someone would take the opportunity to I don't know what the guy was going to do, but I do know that it was not good intentions, whatever it was, and that he had decided he was going to move very, very fast. So oh man. So anyway, God, for the grace of God. So my whole point in telling this story is just to show that God is so amazing, that he did save me from that. He's always covering me because I'm always praying for protection of myself and my family. This guy was not able to do whatever it is that he was going to do. The person that was walking behind him shocked him too, just like it shocked me. But glory be to God. Women, you need to be careful as you're walking around. I know it just seems so simple. But a lot of times we need to take those earphones out of our ears. Like a lot of times I'm walking around with earphones in my ear, but I'll put one in my ear and one out, and I'm going to have it low so I can hear. And I'm still looking around because I need somebody to know I'm paying attention. And I've had some other things that have happened to me that I'm definitely going to share here. And it was literally the grace of God, just like this same incident. So I pray that this helps somebody. I hope that this helps someone to become more aware. If it seems like somebody may be kind of like watching and trying to figure out what you're doing, they probably are. So it would have been best, as I told my husband the story, he was like, you should have went out the front door. I didn't think like that because the guy was literally, he hadn't moved toward the door the whole time I had been in there. There was nothing in my radar, nothing in my mind to tell me that as soon as I walk out this door, he's going to like be on top of me. I had no idea. So for that reason, because we don't know, it is very much best to be so super cautious. And with that, this brings to mind some other things that happened to me that God is just now bringing back to my remembrance. So I'm going to share those things here as well. And again, so thanks so much for coming to my channel. Thanks for listening to my story time, testimony. And I thank you again for subscribing, for watching, for commenting, for liking. It is just amazing to meet so many of you guys, and I really appreciate it. So I'll keep the content coming, and if you like it, well, I'd love to have you here. So like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until the next video, I will see you lovelies again. Bye-bye.